Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the complex world of corporate filings. And boy, do we have some shareholder votes to unpack today. Friedman Industries Incorporated is giving us the play on their latest shareholder meeting, and let me tell you, there was more voting happening than at a presidential election. We're going to break down what exactly the shareholders decided and what it means for the company. And before we dive in, if you love getting these corporate deep dives without all the jargon, make sure you are subscribed. We also have a fantastic Discord community linked in the description below where we chat about these filings and more. This is an 8K filing, which essentially means a company is reporting a big event that shareholders need to know about right away. For Friedman Industries Incorporated, the earliest event reported was the 18th of September 2025. Let us get right into the action. The main event of this filing is reporting the results of Friedman Industries Incorporated's annual meeting of shareholders held on the 18th of September 2025. Think of it as the shareholders' chance to have their say on how the company is run. First up, we have the election of directors. These are the folks who oversee the company's big decisions. A total of 7 directors were up for election, and by the looks of it, all 7 nominees from the board of directors were elected. Looking at the numbers for Michael J. Taylor, he received 34407, 48 shares voted for him, and 65,611 shares withheld. Other nominees like Michael Hansen and Max Reichenthal also saw strong support. Sandy Scott, however, had a notable number of shares withheld, with 585,490. Still, the overall picture shows the shareholders are backing the current board. Next, we move on to something that always gets attention: executive compensation. Shareholders got to give a thumbs up or thumbs down on how the company's top brass are paid. The resolution was to approve the compensation of the company's named executive officers, as disclosed in the proxy statement. The shareholders voted in favour with a solid 336,3395 shares for the resolution. Only 82,140 voted against it, showing general approval for how the executives are being compensated. Following that, they voted on how often this advisory vote on executive pay should happen. Should it be every year, every 2 years, or every 3 years? The overwhelming majority, 29,60270 shares, voted for an annual vote, meaning shareholders want to say on executive pay every single year. This suggests a strong preference for more frequent oversight on this matter. Now, let's talk about the auditors. The company proposed to keep Baker Tilly US LLP as their independent registered public accounting firm for the fiscal year ending the 31st of March 2026. This is a pretty standard item, and shareholders overwhelmingly approved it with 514,094 shares voting for ratification. This means they trust Baker Tilly to look over the company's financial books. Things got a bit more complex with a proposed amendment to the company's articles of incorporation. This one was designed to give shareholders the ability to amend the company's bylaws. However, this proposal did not pass. It needed more than a 2/3 vote of the outstanding shares entitled to vote, and it just didn't get there. Only 3418330 shares voted for it. This tells us that while giving shareholders more direct power on bylaws is a nice idea, it didn't quite get the super majority support needed at this meeting. Finally, shareholders voted on approving Friedman Industries Incorporated's 2025 Long-Term Incentive Plan. This is essentially a plan to offer stock options or other equity-based compensation to employees to motivate them and align their interests with shareholders. This plan received strong support with 3347967 shares voting in favour. It seems the shareholders are on board with incentivizing the team to drive future growth. So, what is the big picture here? Friedman Industries Incorporated looks to have had a pretty successful shareholder meeting from the company's perspective. The board's nominees were elected, executive pay got a nod, outside auditors were ratified, and a new long-term incentive plan was approved. The only real stumble was the proposed amendment that would have given shareholders more power to change bylaws, which, while a good idea in theory, didn't muster enough votes. This indicates that while shareholders are engaged and want oversight, particularly on pay, they are also comfortable with the current leadership structure and the direction the company is heading. The approval of the incentive plan suggests confidence in management's ability to execute and deliver. Looking at the numbers, the strong turnout and support for most items show shareholders are largely aligned with the company's current strategy. The failure of the bylaw amendment is an interesting point, perhaps indicating a preference for maintaining the current governance structure, or maybe the proposal was communicated effectively enough for the necessary super majority to vote yes. It is a subtle signal that significant governance changes require very widespread, almost unanimous consensus among shareholders. Overall, Friedman Industries Incorporated seems to be on a stable path, with its shareholders giving a general vote of confidence in its leadership and strategic direction at this meeting. Alright, that is our breakdown of this Friedman Industries Incorporated filing. What is your take on these shareholder votes and what they signal for the company future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.